This is for Dev Spot. How y'all doing? This is episode 8 for me. This is a collab episode. We're gonna let everybody come on and talk about their own podcast, what they got going. But we here. Today's topic, we're gonna be talking a lot of Black accountability. Always talking the conversation how we can improve our community in different aspects. So we here. We throw it first to T. You gonna talk about what you got going. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I'm T. I got a podcast. I'm a pro-Black podcaster. I believe that Pan-Africanism is the key for Black success. My podcast name is Come and Talk with T. It's available on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Damn near everywhere. It's everywhere. Damn near. I sell candles. I sell body butters. My Instagram name is the same as my podcast name, Come and Talk with T. So you can follow me on there too.
Okay. Ron, what you got for?
I'm one half of Roman Steph Speaks, the podcast. We've been kind of on a recess for a minute. My boy Steph is in a master's program, but we will be coming back with a second season very soon. We working on some stuff. And other than that, man, I know she threw the candle thing in there, so I'm gonna just go on and throw out there that I sell houses, just in case you want to come fuck around with me and get jiggy with a house or two. I will be here doing the real estate thing as well.
That's what's up. Come talk to Rome to get you a house, and once you get in there, get your candles from T to set the vibe.
Okay.
You feel me?
Period.
We can make it all shake. Okay, so today let's just get right into it. So pretty much first topic we're gonna be discussing is really just holding each other accountable for the roles we play and the down putting of our own people. So like we talking about from a Black woman perspective, what role do Black women play in putting down the Black man, and then vice versa from our perspective, and what role does the Black man play in putting down the Black woman. So I mean, we gonna talk about it, we're gonna get into it. We're just gonna see where this go. Like, anybody wanna go first? Like, who wanna get it going?
You wanna go first, Ron?
Oh no, I'm gonna let you kick that
off. So basically, Black women be fucking up, not letting Black men have the mental space that they need, not caring about the mental health of Black men, period, making it seem like they're not human beings and they don't have feelings and they're not allowed to express the feelings that they do have. The whole gender war thing on Twitter that's been going on a whole lot, that shit is unnecessary as fuck. It don't do nothing. They like to say that it's accountability, but my definition of accountability is something, if you're gonna put Black men need to be held accountable for something, it needs to be something that all men in general cannot relate to. It needs to be something, like I said, all men can relate to it. You can't put the responsibility on Black men to change all men, like shit like that. So that shit gotta stop. What the fuck else? Oh, I was talking about this earlier with our daughters. We need to stop. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably about to make people mad, but I ain't tripping though. I don't give a fuck. We need to stop teaching our daughters to be so independent and stop making it seem like that they just won't ever need a man and they just won't ever need nobody else with them, or they'll just be all right single for the rest of their fucking life. And like, that's not okay, because we all need each other. The man needs the woman needs the man. It all goes hand in hand. So let's stop making it seem like we just need to be these Black independent strong women when we don't. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry, and it's okay to be sad, because I'll be it. I'll be sad. It's okay.
And just by you saying like you might depend on the man for certain things, don't mean that you're still not independent in yourself. Like that don't
that
mean
that too.
Two things could be true. Like that's a thing that, especially, I mean, we all be on Twitter. That's a big thing. Two things can't be true on Twitter. It's either or it's that. There's no in the middle. There's no I'm gonna meet you here. None of that. It's just
right.
Either you're right or you.
That's kind of little things that Black women can stop doing to help the community out a little bit more. It probably is more things. I just can't think of them off the top of my head right now. I'm just going off what I've been seeing recently on like social media and shit.
I feel like, Dev, like the point you just made right there, life operates kind of on a spectrum, and there's a lot more in between and a lot more gray area than stuff is black and white.
Right.
And so what ends up happening from what I can see, right, or in my own personal experience, like as a black man, if I'm on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, on whatever social media platform, and I'm trying to be positive towards women and black women in particular, but 90% of the material y'all posting and interacting with is about negative stereotypes about men, then it's like, right? Then it's like, now you're gonna get the side of me that's like, okay, well, let's talk about some of the stuff y'all do too.
Then they gonna call you misogynistic, child. I was about to say, no, we gotta blame feminism for that bullshit. We gotta blame the little white women for that bullshit.
So it's like it get way more complicated than just one thing, because you know everybody, like I say, had their personal experiences. So now it's like, well, shit, I can sit here and tell you how I did everything y'all say men should be, and still got cheated on, and been through this and been through that. So it ain't no black and white to it. Like, oh yeah, if you do one thing, it's gonna go one way. Hey, you may have had some bad experience with men, but you're not gonna get on here and now make it seem like all of us is the problem. Whoever you went with was the problem. Plus, I also think that us as a people, we're too dependent on like who we dealing with in a sexual nature. Like it ain't never cool to have like platonic friendships where we grow without like this horny ass generation trying to fuck everybody and do this and do that. Come on. So then it's like T said, you can't get on there and be like, oh, I don't need a man for this, that, and the third. Then somehow you didn't did all this talking on Twitter, but you in my text messages, and you want me to be the perfect gentleman, and it's you want me to pay for shit, you want me to be this great provider and protector, but then you just told Twitter that you don't need none of that.
Man.
So which one is it?
Nah, they gonna say Twitter not real life, bro. Twitter not real life. They just there to lie.
It's like, don't get on here tweeting your songs from the City Girls or whoever. And then now all of a sudden, I'm supposed to be the 1980s.
It's always the City Girls.
But then I ask you to be the 1980s woman, and it's like, oh, I'm not doing that. You can pay all the bills, but I ain't cooking no dinner.
Bruh, the thing is, I was really just having this conversation the other day too. I feel like I'm the last one that wouldn't mind sitting my little black ass in the house all day, taking care of the house, doing my little candles. Let me sell a little shit from the house while that nigga outside doing whatever the fuck. I feel like I'm the only one left. I wouldn't mind sitting my little ass in the house, taking care of the shit. I clean it all day and I cook. I don't give a fuck. But then when you say that, people automatically insinuate that you dependent on a nigga or that you're like a bum or like some shit like that. And it's like, nah, bro, I still got my own too. But I do like being able to sit at the house while he out doing his little thing. Yeah. It's a nice thing.
You gotta do what works for you. Like a lot of the shit that I see on these social media shit, we get in a mindset of like comparing ourselves to what other people are doing. And it's like, you don't consider all the other factors people got going on in their lives. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not finna be Moneybag Yo. I'm not buying my car on her birthday. I don't have that type of bread, bro. I'm just telling you the truth.
For real.
I mean, it's like you can't always. We get so stuck in that, like as a people, and I think especially Black people, like we so stuck in like
what stuck in social media.
Next person is doing that we making all those comparisons all the time, and you see what one relationship look like, and you say, well, your relationship should mirror that.
And when you talk of relationships, like when they talk about these celebrities, all these other people, like they only want to take the good out of it. Like they only want to take the, oh, he bought her this car on her, oh, they going here on this trip. It's a lot more that go into it. Them relationships, they be cheating. They be having these women.
I was about to say, it be all that and they just be cheating. Child, yeah. That is so terrible. I be feeling so, like, that is, oh, I really hate that, dude. I really hate that. Yeah, the fact that people be thinking them little bags and shit is okay for cheating, that shit is terrible.
Yeah, like that's not, and they'll look at it, oh, that's just part of the relationship, or that's just something you got to deal with to put up with all of this, or get all of these good things. Like, is it really worth it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what type of woman you really are.
It's not worth your mental health. I can tell you that right now. It is not worth that mental.
Black mental health. Woo!
Before we get there though, so we didn't talk about black, but we can't leave it without coming from our perspective, Ron. We got to talk about the role black men play. So we
go.
Got into the point. Well, I don't want. I just want to keep it fair. I don't want to just move on. You know, because we ain't out here just moving how we supposed to be moving all the way as a people. Either we got our different things, and this stuff that been going on since like we was younger. Like a black man to tell you, oh yeah, I don't want that sister because she argumentative or she got an attitude, and then a turn around. What I always notice is like the thing that
get them a feisty little Latina,
right, and that be the main reason why they like the Latina is because she's feisty or because she'll cut you. They be like, oh, that's this man, and then this sister, you would be like, oh, I can't deal with that. I can't. Why you can't deal with that? But you loving it over here. She done flattened your tires. She done did this. She done did that. You done bought some new tires and just moved on about your day. But when it comes to this black woman, it's like, nah, hell no. Like she better not act like this or that, or she better not. Everybody is argumentative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man and women. So it's like to hold only black women accountable for that, to me, that's one of our biggest downfalls.
I feel like we realistically, bro, as black men, what we don't do is give the black woman the credit they deserve and like the role they play in the universe in general, right? And I don't say that like lightly. Like I had my mom in my life every day, like to the day she died. I got 5 sisters. I got a daughter on the way. You feel what I'm saying? So like I come at it from a whole different view because it's like, to me, these women are the example and epitome of what I want to be around. That's been what I know all my life. Now, for whatever reason, whatever self-hatred that some of our black men got, they getting out in this world, bro, and minimizing simple things about a black woman, that's so beautiful. And like then, obviously women, there is a difference between woman and man, and then you got people who don't identify with gender, and I'm gonna respect them too. But specifically, I'm talking about in this box over here that's man and woman. I think there is a difference, and I think so. Men, when we get out in the world and do the certain things that we doing, that's diminishing our black woman. That's what we start in that cycle of like
right.
People just hurting people and hurting people over and over again. Like, and when I say that, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if we played a better role for each other, if the men played a better role for women and vice versa, then we can hold each other up in better lights. But we spend too much time as a whole tearing shit down. Then it's like, don't get on here, brother, and tell us about how you don't want to deal with no black woman because what she come with, when in actuality, it's a lot of shit in this world against black people that sometimes you have to sit with a black person and talk about.
Right.
Like if I didn't have a black woman to sit down with, like my big sisters play a big role in like me navigating this world. So it's like, I can't act like I want to come home to a woman that has some experience with the black culture. And that's only going to be with black, because it's like she understanding certain things about the way we have to move as black people, like to get where we need to go. Like with, my child that I'm about to have, man, it's certain stuff that we know we got to do for our black children to put them in a position to be somebody. But like, I can't really have that same talk with like people who have no experience, like actually dealing with black issues.
And then to piggyback off of the black issues thing, another topic is like when we see black women that's like super confident in themselves and they like, I'm the shit, like, and they like exude confidence. We as black men be like, oh, she doing too much, or oh, she this and that, instead of like consistent in the uplifting of these women. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, we understand each other's struggles. So as a black man, we didn't see, whether it was your mama, whether it was a sister, you didn't see the struggles that black women go through. So out of all of these different struggles that they face, and to still feel like, you know, like still feel uplifted in who they is, or whether it's their appearance or whether it's something they got going on, like we should be a part of that process, not, oh, I can't take it. She's doing too much, this and that. And also we got to talk about with black men, like when they say, yeah, I'm a dark skinned dude, so I don't want to, that's meant for the dark skin because I don't want my baby to be dark skinned. That's hate. Like,
hella anti-black.
yeah, like what do you mean you don't want like your child to be dark skinned? Dark skin is beautiful, black is beautiful. So it's like you saying you hate yourself or you hate somebody in your family that's dark skinned or something, but that's like, or like something might have been wrong with you and your mom and you not willing to dive deep into that, what's going on as to why
I about to say niggas be having mommy issues.
No,
they be mad at their mamas.
Yeah.
Put their insecurities on the women that they interact and come around with. Come around to.
That's the only thing that can make sense to why you would go get this Filipino or Latin that act the same way. And it's not even because you just was way more attracted to them. It's just a simple fact that they don't look like nobody in your family that you look like. Like
basically. And I don't even know how people be able to live with themselves like that for real. I ain't gonna hope. That's just me. That's just
they don't want to talk about this self-hate though, bro. And I think that's the part of it that people don't want to address. That it's like, but that's why the powers that be have had the hold, especially on the black community that they've had, because is years of indoctrination of that hatred. You know what I mean? Because like you say, it to me, it's nothing more beautiful than a black woman. Like, so I can't see it, but I get, like, I understand it for what it is, but on a personal level, I can't see it. But again, it always goes back to our experience. Because like I said, my mom was a certain kind of person and I received it in a certain kind of way. So it came off to me different than like these dudes you'll say might have some mommy issues. Cause like to me, I seen her be Superwoman. So I'm like, oh shit, like I respect women more who act like that, like who can do all these things because the way I was receiving what was given to me.
Yeah, it's like even like
that makes sense.
She could fuss, she could talk loud sometimes, but it's like I don't know nobody more caring. I don't know nobody that's more willing to get the clothes off her back to somebody else. And it would be a disservice to who she is as a whole person to be like, oh, well, you know, when she get mad, she could start fussing because you diminishing so much of what she do. So like when we focus on the one negative in these black women and we don't do it for other races, it's like you diminishing so much more that come with it. It's so many different layers to black women. Like you missing out on so much focusing on these little things that we all have our own problem.
And I want to say too, right, even before we move on to something else, one biggest thing for me is like we can have a black woman and say one of these, what the fuck is Kim Kardashian? Armenian. Had one of these Armenian women and black woman post the same picture, same bikini, same location. Then we so quick to jump on our black sister. She don't need to be posting like that. She got kids. She went and got a BBL or did this, that, and the third. We so quick to jump on her. We gonna send hard eyes to the Armenian chick that look like Kim Kardashian.
And the hard eyes that the black men is sitting is part of the reason why a lot of these sisters is going to get these BBLs.
It's like
people that y'all fantasizing and that y'all hold it on this pedestal. Like all of these women that they be talking about on social media is all.
If the black sisters do everything you saying you love about these other women, for whatever reason, if she's doing it for herself or get attention from you, whatever, but then you so quick to criticize and judge her and you know, cancel her, talk bad about her, but then compliment somebody else from somewhere else doing the exact same thing. And I feel like I see that a lot. So, you know, but dudes ain't innocent. Like it's not a one-fold issue, but we definitely are innocent in the roles we play. And then at the end of the day, bro, we have to admit that these interactions on social media, real life or not, like that shit is like now contributing to our everyday life. Like we are putting certain messages out there that impact people and seeps into people's mentals.
And lastly, last thing I want to touch on before we switch topics is we got to stop as black men every time something go on with black men be like, oh, what about when the black woman did it? Or what about what like
Oh my God, same with us, child. Can we? Oh
we
my,
got to stop
I hate
doing
that
that.
shit.
We gotta be
I
able to
hate that
hold each
shit.
other accountable without, oh, but wait, remember when they did it? Remember when she did it? Or like that's just not
They just tries. They say that to make themselves feel less bad for the bullshit that they doing.
exactly that. But if people would be more accountable and just focus on what you done did wrong, we ain't got to always deflect. We too quick to be everybody in the black want to be, oh, pass it off to this person, pass it off. No, what did you do? We talking about you right now.
Man.
Talking about these 10 people over there and they transgressions. We'll get to that later. So like
Man, that
that
shit be annoying the fuck out of me too.
yeah, that's not the one. But if we gonna move on, so now speaking on holding black people accountable, so the next thing we could transition to, we could talk about Sha'Carri Richardson and the baby. Like we could talk about it in the as you all go, you could see how you talk about it. Like I feel like they kind of tie in, like they could be tied in together. So when I go, I do that. But like y'all want to talk about it, however y'all wanted to go, wherever y'all want to go with it. What y'all got? The
Oh,
baby.
Rome, you going first this time.
Okay. Feel me? So,
Yeah.
well, okay. I mean, so first of all, right, I gotta acknowledge my identities, like when I speak on certain things, because one, I don't live the lives as these people. I'm not from where they come from, and there's certain things that like I may have in common with them, but I may not understand everything about their lives. Like for instance, I just lost my mom too. I think they said Sha'Carri Richardson had just lost her mom and she was smoking, something like that. So I had just lost my mom too, but I don't smoke. So I know people who smoke, but I understand like that I don't. I'm gonna say some stuff about the baby and his comments on the LGBTQ plus community. Let's be very clear. I ain't judging nobody, but I am a straight man. I live my life a certain way, but I ain't saying nothing about how people should live their life. I'm just trying to do my thing. Let's just put that out there first. But y'all got to understand, I work in politics too, so I understand some of this politically correct language that I have to put that out there before I say anything. Now, with that out the way, again, we so quick to jump down black people's throat where we don't jump down other people's throat. I seen a post on Instagram that say, oh, the music about killing black people, about this, about that, and we can do all that. And look how quick you say something about the LGBTQ community and boom, you cancel. So one, that community is very unified. Y'all better not play with them. I don't get what y'all don't get about leading people the fuck along.
I don't even mention them on Twitter. I don't want them finding my shit.
Leave them people alone.
I ain't about to lie. Leave them people alone. Leave them people alone.
Sister, she running track. We so quick to jump on Instagram, Twitter, and say what we got to say against this sister. When at the end of the day, the unified message from black people should be, this is unfair to her because of these reasons. Now, granted, when we get in our own spaces, we can talk about where she fucked up and what went wrong. But like when we outside and we pushing one message, we got to push what's unfair to her so she can get her fair shake in this world. Like I say, I don't smoke, so it's easier for me to say, oh, well, shit, I wouldn't need it to smoke no weed if I'm finna get famous off running. But guess what? I don't smoke weed and I'm not famous off running. She might be hella good at running because she smoked weed. I don't know. Man. I don't know her circumstances.
Man.
But I hate to see it happen to her. And I think that black people need to be unified in what we have to say about her. I think that sometimes we can be very separated, especially when we in these spaces. We got half of us trying to please the status quo and what, pop culture is saying. And then we got the rest of us that's going to say unpopular opinions. Sister, and I'm not too up on the Olympic rules either, but
Mm-hmm.
sister, we do have to understand as Black people that the card is already stacked against us. So be very careful when we try to find the loopholes in the rules. We got to be a stickler about doing things right. I get that part. And I understand that the Olympics and those opportunities don't come around as often. So, you know, so I'm upset because I would have loved to see her be able to be great in those spaces that she needed to be great in. And, you know, I wish that she didn't do it to even get him nothing to talk about. But at the same
Right.
time, I'm not going to cancel a sister because she did something that, for all intents and purposes, is pretty human and that other people in the Olympics are doing. So if there's a uniform decision, if there's one way of doing things, then all we ask for is that fair shake. But don't change it on her because realistically, because she's Black. And I feel like that's what happened.
And then even to go off what you're saying, like the way I was raised, like the way my mom raised me was in public, we unified. We ain't giving these white folks nothing
to talk about, man.
we go home, nothing. I don't care. I used to get in trouble at school. I'd have been and knock somebody out or did something with the teacher. My mom in there like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. My baby ain't did this and that. Now when we get home, I
That's all.
might have it'd have been a whole, you know you wrong for doing what you was doing. But in front of these white folks, so like that's just something I always, my whole life was like, I'm not just finna be jumping down no Black person throat in front of anybody that's not our people. Or even like even when it's like one of my friends, like if I'm talking to another one of our close friends, then we could have that discussion. But if we out here around some people that's not really familiar with us or not really in our circle, nah, bro, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like you got to play that on school until we get here. And like you said, now we could have a discussion about what she should have did versus what she shouldn't have did. But to me, it all tied into mental health in the Black community. You can't tell nobody how to grieve from losing their mom. And especially she found out in an interview, somebody was like, well, yeah, you know, how do you feel about your biological mama passing away? And she was like, when did that happen? Like, she didn't even know. Like, so imagine finding out about your mom in the middle of an interview. You just got done running a race, you all happy, and then they hit you with that. I can't tell nobody how to cope with that. And then even like people was like, oh yeah, she let down the Black race. No, she didn't. It's not that deep. Like she made a mistake. And on top of this, and this is tying to the baby in a minute, but she was accountable. She was like, you know, I messed up. I shouldn't have did this. So like, it's not like she came making a bunch of excuses. Why, as Black people, can't we support her? Like that's our job to be like, well, because of this, she did that, or even like they wouldn't let her run in the relay race, and her band was up in time. So they were just being assholes for no reason by not letting her do it. Us as Black people, we should be on that and be saying, well, her 30-day ban was up. She was cleared to still be in the Olympics. We still focused on, oh, she was smoking weed, so we shouldn't say nothing for her. No, yes, we should.
And making jokes about it.
It ain't nothing funny about the situation.
At all.
We got to be looking for ways to uplift each other, even in our downfalls, instead of, especially when they holding themselves accountable. We should have been on the table. She should be in the Olympics right now with our support, but instead we can't get together. Everybody's so quick to want to jump in front of massa and say how they holding the Black man accountable. Hey, white man, you see me? I'm talking bad about the sister. Like it's just
that old pick me ass.
Yeah,
pick me ass.
But I'm gonna let T go. But I got some shit that I want to follow up on that, and then I spoke on the baby lightly, but I got some shit I got to talk about him real quick too. But I'm gonna let T jump in.
Okay. Okay. Well, so when it comes to the baby, I feel like the difference between the baby and Sha'Carri's situation is the fact of how they went about it afterwards. Now, when Rome was talking about instantly getting down his throat because of the LGBTQ, that community child, it's so many letters. The LGBTQ plus that community. I ain't about to lie, when you do say stuff about them, they do get up on your ass. That they do quickly as hell. Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not even the type that be all for them or be trying to support or even climb on anything that they even be doing, because I don't associate with them. You know, I'm straight. I'm a straight woman. It's just how he went about it after that made me be like, oh yeah, so it's really just okay. So fuck the world, fuck us, fuck what we got to say. Because if the whole world is telling you that what you said was wrong, and you get on there and say fuck the world, I don't care what the fuck y'all talking about, and then a week later or two try to put out an official apology, thinking that we gonna accept it or some shit, or thinking that that's some type of accountability. Nah, bro, it don't work like that, bro. It don't. And now, if he would have put out the PR type apology first, maybe he would have been able to save himself. I don't even listen to the baby. I wouldn't say cancel him, but in my mind, I leave ignorant niggas alone. And he just an ignorant nigga. I'm not finna keep trying to teach you nothing. I'm not finna try to educate you because you older than me. So if I know that what the fuck you said was wrong, you should know what the fuck you said was wrong. I don't have to, just like I wouldn't educate a racist motherfucker on what the fuck racism is or none of that shit. I'm not gonna educate no grown ass motherfucker some shit that they could Google. He could have easily Googled how to catch AIDS. How could you get HIV? Like all that shit could have been easily Googled. So for him to just make it seem like only the LGBTQ community can get AIDS and HIV, that's really what he was trying to insinuate in that whole little thing. Like that's, I don't know if that's what everybody else got from it, but that's what the fuck I got from it. Yeah. And it's like, you the nigga giving out the wrong information. You the motherfucker spreading false lies and shit, because people could be born with that shit. Love that shit. That was bad. Born with AIDS, HIV.
Yeah.
So he was really the nigga giving out misinformation. That's why I wouldn't say cancel him in a particular way, but like, I don't listen to the nigga anyway. So whoever wasn't listening to him just could continue to not listen to him, I guess. I feel like only kids listen to that man anyway. I ain't heard nobody say y'all heard the new Baby anytime recently. So
I got to tell you, I listen to bro. I be trying to root for these black brothers, and for real, I watch his interviews and everything. You know, I get into an artist kind of because of their interviews and, you know, other.
And he always say that he an intelligent nigga all the time, and he just, and like, bro, you wasn't using your intelligence.
That's what I was about to get at. That's exactly what I was about to get at. My point was finna be, I want to say something quickly before I dive into him as an individual. But I think one thing we do wrong as black people is like, if you quote unquote a good black person and you right here, you can be headed like an upward trajectory. You do one thing, and like I said, they want to cancel you so quick. So it's like, even like Sha'Carri Richardson, I don't know how old she is, but usually Olympic athletes be pretty young. So I'm assuming she's somewhere in her early 20s.
Probably 21-ish. I could see
that. With that in mind.
Yeah, I think she still go to LSU. With
that in mind, just because she's good at running track does not mean that she's supposed to be a perfect person. She should be free to make some mistakes and be 21, 22-year-old as well. But she have to live, because she's good at something, she have to live her life in a spotlight where people are so quick to be critical of her. And I think that's some of these rappers and shit too. Realistically, just because this nigga's good at making music, bro, doesn't mean that like he speaks for the black community when he makes a political statement.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? Let's be careful, because feel me, like even like a lot of these NBA dudes, they do a year in college, but is they really doing a year in college, then place? You got they life, like a lot of their life be about hoop.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? That's they go. So it's like, yeah, just so if he go on a mic because he got a platform and say something stupid, don't attach that to all of us like we elected him to be
spokesperson.
I seen other people was like, that's how hood niggas think. Like they think like the Baby, and it's like, nah, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I know a lot of quote unquote hood niggas that do not think like him at all. I didn't ask the Baby to go on stage and speak for me. Because I listened to it, but then we got to talk about the power of the consumer, and they think that just because I may consume one part of what you do in your life, that I agree with everything you ever did or say or in life. I just consume the part of what you do for a living. I feel like you're good at it. You feel me? Now, what I say about Brett is this. You get on all these interviews and whatever, and you talk about how intelligent you are and how much you pay attention. It don't take no goddamn rocket scientist to know that you don't go on stage and say that. But let's call it what it is.
a week later, you done been canceled from 3 shows, and your crossover potential from hip hop to being a goddamn rock star is impacted, and you probably didn't cost yourself $300,000-$400,000, which then, you know, prohibits your ability to be able to do certain things for your family or your employees. And now you're gonna give a different apology. Now, I didn't attach the HIV comment with the LGBTQ comment. I got what he was trying to say as far as
They went together.
but like he even jumped out there first and was like, LGBTQ community, I'm sorry. But like, no, he was like, HIV AIDS community.
I'm about to say he said HIV people. I'm
He
sorry.
apologized to
LGBT
HIV
community.
and then he said, I ain't worried about the LGBTQ community.
But it's like he needs to be because he put both of them together.
Right. And
Yeah.
he
did it to himself.
Like back in the early days, people thought the only way you could get AIDS was through
gay people.
You can't,
I mean, gay, the LGBTQ community.
Right.
Sorry.
What he can't do is he can't jump on there and say, apologize for one half of the comments and not the other half, and then try to circle back and be like, I wasn't educated, now I know what I said wrong. No, nigga, you know what you said wrong.
Man, you knew what the fuck you said was wrong.
What he did was he separated what he does in his personal life.
Okay.
He equated that as right, and then tried to make this other thing seem wrong.
Oh,
Bruh, I'm too into myself to care who getting their dick sucked in the parking lot if it ain't me.
That too. Like, why did you just randomly say that, sir?
Why are you sitting here? If I walk past, I tell you this, if I walk past 2 people in a car having sex, I wouldn't even look to see nothing else about them.
Yeah, I got it.
Man, I see
That
the
ain't got
ball.
nothing to
I
do
see
with
what
me,
y'all doing.
Especially if I'm gonna get on stage and go make 100,000
Right.
or whatever he made for his film.
Whatever he made, I ain't even worried about the
I'm
fucking.
not worried about what they doing in the parking lot. That's the thing. I'm too worried about what other motherfuckers is doing. You could have got up there and did a good show and rapped the goddamn song, but you didn't have to equate what you do in life as right and what other people do in life as wrong. And when you did that, you did it to a community that's way too unified to play them type of games with you. And
him and Lil Boosie gonna learn their lesson talking about that
people
community.
don't want to attach themselves to that shit, and that's why you're losing money now. But it go to show too, if you want somebody to understand something or even act like they understand it, you have to impact their pockets.
Yeah,
For sure. And
that's
another
the same thing that happened to Tory Lanez. That's why he dropped that magical album trying to tell what really happened and shit so he can get some more money back in his pockets. That nigga was gonna be MC Hammer broke in a minute. Like that's what happens for real. That's really why celebrities don't like cancel culture, because we be taking their money away. Because it's a bitch like me. If you really do some many shit, I'm about to really cancel you. I'm about to delete. I ain't listened to Tory since. I swear to God on everything. Like I'm really that person. I'm that person. So or Megan, I ain't listen to her either because that's a whole different story. She weird though. But yeah, like I ain't gonna say I'm a part of cancel culture, but nigga, if you just being that ignorant nigga, I'm not finna be associated with you for too. I'm not finna support ignorance for too long.
And the thing is, my thing be, if you're not willing to cancel when they just consistently being ignorant, nobody is gonna take what you say serious. Like when you come into the defense of your people, if you're not willing to also sometimes hold people accountable. Like you said, if the baby would have came out at first and would have dropped that PR, whatever, and oh, I'm sorry, like I just want to get educated. Like most people would have knew it was like, okay, somebody helped him with that. But at least it wouldn't have just
been a professional.
Yeah, it wouldn't have just been, oh man, ain't nobody worried about what y'all gays talking about. Like y'all just talking that shit. Here y'all go with that bullshit, and y'all trying to force it on us and force it on the kids and like all of that type of stuff. Now you digging too deep into it. Or like even with T.I. talking about, oh, if Lil Nas X could do what he doing, then the baby could do what he. Lil Nas X is just being part of his community. Like if you don't,
he's a troll.
Yeah,
he is a troll, and it's like people just keep falling for it. Like leave that little gay boy alone, bro. Like
I don't watch that. Ain't my lane. So it's like when they was talking about him doing a shower scene on Twitter. I don't know nothing about like what it looked like.
I didn't even see it. I don't want to see it either, bro. Like
I ain't seen like that. Ain't got nothing. Obviously, he got a lane and he got people that follow him. He making all of this money. So somebody enjoying it. Let them enjoy what they got going. Why do y'all be so like? I just feel like rappers be so quick to want to jump on what the gays got going, when if you just leave them over here to do them and you stay in your lane, everybody can be happy.
But
Yeah.
it's the culture of rap music too, though. If you listen to rap music, I was driving, I listened to something one day, right? And I thought to myself, damn, all this rapper is doing is dissing other people's way of life. He get on the song, he say, Meek got a song, he say, this is for the owners, not for the leasers. And it's like, just because you went and dropped 80,000, 90,000 on a car that's going to depreciate and somebody else you're leasing, it don't mean that you right and they wrong. Y'all live in different ways according to what y'all got going on. You feel me? But just rap music is about, I'ma talk big up everything about my life, and anything that I don't do, I'm gonna diminish and seem like it's wrong because I'm not doing it. Then a lot of these niggas be capping. They don't got 10 cars that they own pink slips to. They might be leasing 4 of them and own half of them or whatever. But like I say, it's the culture of just like diminishing what we not doing. But it's like you don't have to talk shit about somebody because they do shit a different way than you do. Everybody, if it was one way of doing things and one uniform way of doing things, it wouldn't be all these options. If it wasn't a market for Benz because everybody drove Honda, they'd stop making Benzes.
Right.
They sell them because somebody buys them. So like,
right.
I could not listen. Like people talk shit to me because I don't listen to Meg Thee Stallion songs that are particularly about like fucking a nigga. But I don't do that. So like when she rap her lines,
right,
it don't equate to me. I don't know. I can't feel it the same way as like some shit I do. But I'm not gonna hate on her market because she has one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna just play my role.
Or like
no, I'm hating on her market.
Hey man, but see,
I'm hating on her market.
You and her might got more.
I ain't gonna hold. I had to stop streaming her, stop fucking with her, all the shit. When she started pulling that protect black women shit and that Breonna Taylor shit and then fell off from it, she ain't spoke on the shit since and want motherfuckers to stream her shit. Yeah, girl, I can't fuck with you, girl. I ain't streamed you since, girl. How you got a diss about Tory Lanez and you mentioning Breonna Taylor's name in the diss song? That's disrespectful. It's uncalled for. No more streams from me. Like, you're tripping. She canceled herself for me personally. That's just because of who I am. You're not finna mention no shit like that and then fall off from it just because you profited off it for the 2 weeks that you did.
And see,
girl,
that's what I mean when I say like now we can respect where you coming from because it's you holding everybody accountable and you like it ain't just Tory Lanez did this, so I'm riding with Meg no matter what she do moving forward. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, nah.
That's how some people move. Like, oh well, she a black woman, so shit, I ain't got nothing to say about what she did wrong in it. Like, or a black man, oh well, I'm on Tory Lane's side, even if he did shoot her, fuck her. Like, it's just
man, bro, and that's even
I'm a black
worse,
man
like,
and this is what it is. No, leave me out of that.
That's ugly. That's not.
I ain't got no woman. I don't align with that.
Mm-mm.
Man, I was gonna stop fucking with him just off just the fact that it came up. Like even the fact that people were saying that you shot a bitch. Like, oh, I'm cool off you just off that, sir. I don't need no more stories, no more nothing. I'm cool. That's fine. I was just gonna keep going with her because okay, girl, you got shot. But as soon as she started doing that to protect, girl, you cancel too. Now I can't fuck with you either because you're doing too much. Y'all situations was not the same. You riding this out the wrong way, and I can't fuck with it.
And it's like, bro, if you did not shoot her, bro, like me personally, there's no way we could be riding in the car and it's like, oh, Dave shot me. No, the fuck, I did not shoot you.
Yeah, I don't.
Clear this up right now.
Yeah.
Like,
man, let's clear this up right now.
Yeah, like, no, we finna get this together. Y'all not finna be having my name out here talking about I just shot this lady and but and we didn't. No, this is what happened. My story would have been out that next day because I would have been trying to clear my name. So that already made me feel like you not coming to the defense of your name. Like, what is that about? It got to be something else there.
Something happened there and it's slippery. Something happened.
Because man,
I'm about to say it's just some crazy shit, but I definitely feel like he popped her. He popped her. Like he popped her. I don't know what the fuck happened, but
whatever they say he did that shit.
Man. Exactly. Whoa. Exactly. He did that shit.
I'm sorry.
And
he did that one. I can't.
See, bro.
I don't know, bro. He. I don't know. I can't go.
But I say this too: when people are close to you, whose opinion you value and you know personally, allow you to do certain shit and don't say nothing to you and check you in those rooms in private as well and adapt how they deal with you. That's why people feel so validated and continue to do stupid shit that they do. Like if I'm making a mistake in life, people know me and Dev is close friends. If I'm making a mistake in life and me and him go out for drinks one day and he don't tell me, well, hey, bro, what the hell is you doing here? What is we gonna do about this? Then I'ma think somebody that I respect and got love for ain't got no problem with it. So I can keep being me. Now, once he start calling me out on it, then I have to now check myself and be like, damn, people I love and respect is worried about this behavior. Now I got to do some self-assessment and see what's going on.
And that's what we all got to play our role. You can't come around me and you got a baby and you ain't seen your baby and however long you ain't
Yes.
money to the baby mama and we finna be kicking it, dude. I'm done with you, bro. I don't.
When it comes to certain shit, black people love saying I'm gonna mind my business. Stop minding your business. Sometimes you don't need to mind your business.
Get involved.
Man,
she
immediately.
She got 2 jobs working for the kids, and you sitting at home playing the game. You ain't for me playing the game with me. I'm okay. Involved. No, I'm not. I'm taking care of my family over here. If you're not a part of that community, then I can't rock with you. Now, if you ain't got no kids and you out here just doing you, if you want to play the game all day now, we can have a discussion about you going to get a job, but I ain't gonna cut you off if you just want to sit at home and bum it out. That's cool. But once you start having children, oh yeah, I got something to say, brother. And if you and all my partners know, I'm not finna be the guy that just sit back and be like, oh damn, he tripping, or go tell my girl, hey babe, my partner tripping, but I don't really want to say no. That's just not what I'm at with it.
Yeah, get in the business.
If I can't get in your business, if I can't speak my mind on it, we don't need to be around each other anyway. And vice versa. Like, be telling me when I'm doing stuff, or if I'm overstepping mine, or if I ain't doing the right thing with Mike. If you see something, let me know, and we can talk about it. But if we can't talk about it, we can't be partners. It's just not. That's just not realistic for me.
Another thing, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all though, but it'd be a lot of grown men talking to little girls. They friends be knowing about it and be letting it happen, and they be like, "I'm gonna mind my business." I'm gonna need y'all to start taking your friends.
Yeah.
Start taking their friends.
Yeah.
Start taking their friends.
There's no way you should be 25, 26.
Brother man.
Still talking to the freshman college girls and she about to graduate high school in a month. No, dude. That's not
23, 24 years old, brother. And you dealing with that 15-year-old.
Man, okay.
This is happening in our community every day.
Every day. And there's a lot of people that turn their eyes to it, bro. I ain't about to lie. When I was younger on the Q, it was a lot of Q-Seda grown men talking to them recreational center girls. Right. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't even finna go into it, but nigga, y'all wrong. And it was people that knew that shit.
But when you still hanging out,
because I'm gonna mind my business.
If you don't align with it, but you still hanging with your mans every day,
you wrong.
Man, you wrong.
You in that. You in that, dog.
I'm gonna put you in that group. I'm gonna put you in that group.
When everybody's talking about R. Kelly, the main thing people was telling me was, oh man, that shit going on all over the hood and ain't nobody saying that. I'm sure you got a partner dating a young.
You not saying that.
What? No, I don't. There you go again with this putting my name and shit. But then I don't know nobody dating no little girls.
Man, I don't know. But then the question too become like with R. Kelly, one of the main things. So you telling me he can't read and can't write and then mastermind all these plans?
The thing, bro. The thing with R.
Everybody
Kelly,
on there
what I always say with R. Kelly, when people bring up R. Kelly, they always bring up what he did. I'm not ever going discredit what that man did. What he did was really weird. He did a lot of weird shit. You feel me? A lot of outlandish, disgusting shit. But there was a lot of outlandish, disgusting, outrageous shit done to him as a child. And it's like, that's another thing that a lot of people don't want to talk about. He was mentally fucked up while he was doing all the things to mentally fuck up other people. And nobody ever wanted to check up on that nigga mental health and see what he was as a young child. Because I think he was molested and stuff when he was like 11, 12. Yeah, so like, it makes sense that he was targeting motherfuckers 12, 13 years old because that's the age that he was targeted at. Like I ain't saying he was right for nothing that he did. I ain't saying none of that shit. Right. But like nobody ever wants to talk about that side of Robert Kelly when they bring up Robert Kelly's whole issues, as if them issues don't matter.
But again, life is a spectrum. Everything ain't black and white. It's a lot more nuances and details to a situation that play a role into stuff. I'm not validating nothing he did, but what I will say is this: you running around with an entourage of 20 goddamn people who, while you was making money and while you was doing this and while you was doing that, it was cool.
And not even just his entourage, the other celebrities that was making music with him still.
You knew
Man, that was
in the
still,
studio.
all them should have got charged with something.
Yeah, it's little girls in the studio while you in there recording your feature. Like,
and then it's like we all from Hunters Point, we all from over there. We know what the hood gossip is. So it's like you celebrities, y'all know what's going on before it hit the masses.
Man,
I don't
y'all
even
do
point no more, and I still be hearing about what's going on and
man,
who did this and who did that. I be feeling like I'm still in the point sometimes. I get so much of the, you feel me?
You would sit there, like, you would sit there, bro, and people would tell you, like, oh, you know Kev from Harbor? And you'd be like, nah, I don't know Kev. And they'd be, well, shit, you know such and such. Well, Kev is such and such little sister, baby daddy, whoop the whoop. They gonna make you know who the nigga is just so they can tell you the story they want.
Some shit.
Yeah.
So, just so they can be
messy. We still hear shit about the hood, whatever. So I think the celebrities, y'all already hearing. Like, as they gonna put on Instagram that Nipsey Hussle got killed, somebody gonna call Meek Mill phone, like y'all friends. So y'all gonna have a circle of people call each other phones. We got to wait till it's confirmed on Instagram because we don't know him personally. So it's like, y'all know what the rumors was about R. Kelly when y'all was being around him and making music with him. But while it was making money and while it was lucrative and while it was cool, y'all ain't had nothing to say. But now, all of a sudden, he broke and it's coming out. And the culture is now to condemn him. Y'all gonna jump on that bandwagon. But y'all was riding with him when it was happening.
Right.
As soon as I seen him play with the first little girl, I'd have been off the tour.
I'd have been off the tour.
I got to go. Girl and close the door. This whole shit would have got busted up.
I got to go.
No, it's over.
This ain't happening with me. That's somebody, baby. You got to get off the.
You got to go.
You got to come on. No, because I'm a grown ass man. What you mean? You 15 years old sitting in the studio with 8, 9, 27, 30-year-old man. Nah, little girl, you got to go. You got to call a mama or something.
Right.
Before.
And what's crazy is, bruh, a lot of people, parents be allowing that too. Not like allowing their kid to just.
Man, one dad said.
It'd be a lot of people.
One dad was on the day. He said, "I'm sorry, cut you off here," but that shit made me sick. One dad was on the thing. I watched the shit because he said, R. Kelly pulled my daughter up on stage in my face. I heard all the rumors, this and that, but I figured it can't happen in my face. Next thing you know, she coming from backstage with him. We sitting in the car waiting. Hell no. Hell no. Would you? Hell.
Need my daughter back. We not on stage with you.
First of all, you can't even pull romance up on that stage. Thank you.
Yeah, that's out.
Oh, thank you.
You not.
Why is your kid even at an R. Kelly concert? Can we start there?
Man, my baby girl would be like, man, daddy, you tripping. Yep, like a motherfucker tripping. And go trip.
Here?
What? Don't play. And then he like,
oh my God.
Next thing you know, his daughter was going to meet him at the hotels. And I think that might be one of the girls that
they rescued?
That he killed her holding captive. But it's like, and he said this shit started at a concert in his face. He said it was right there. I swear to God, bro, that shit made me sick. I was like, you're stupid. But it's now I blame you. You was right there.
They go into the parents, like even if like not even just R. Kelly, but like the dude with what was the white fat dude with Nickelodeon? The dude that was raping all the little girls.
The dude that started the B2 stuff, is his name? Is that the Jeff dude that everybody always talking about?
No, his name like not Dan Schneider, but like Dan something. Like he was the
I know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
In Good Burger or whatever.
You talking about Jeff Einstein or some shit, or whatever.
No, I'm talking about Jeff Benzo. Or Ben something, Benzo, something like that.
No. No, that's
the.
I don't think it's nothing out about him. No,
that's the billionaire dude.
that's the
I don't
Amazon.
know. I just seen people tweet his name today. I thought, my bad.
No,
he's doing
that's
something.
Amazon dude. He rich as hell. He rich as hell.
He just took back
He
on
rich as hell. He
man
rich
in
as
the world.
hell.
Him and the other dude be switching back on who the richest man in the
They
world.
could have been
Never
tweeting about
mind.
him about anything. But it is a dude they did the Netflix thing on, Jeff Einstein or something.
Yeah, I seen that. That's that Pizzagate stuff, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he kill himself?
Hey,
Was that him?
I don't know. But I tell you this, any nigga raping children, go ahead and kill yourself. I don't mind.
Thanks. Because
Yeah.
they gonna kill you in jail anyway. That's the crazy part. They'll all come together in jail to get the little sex predators and shit, the little child molesters and shit. That'd be crazy. They gonna come together to get you.
They don't fuck with the chomos in prison. They do not.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
At all. But I was
saying something about the Nickelodeon dude.
No, the thing I was saying is the part y'all was saying about the parents playing a role. They was outright admitting, like a lot of these Nickelodeon, like Britney Spears and them mom, the little one Jamie, like they pretty much just let them have her. Like
yeah,
they was having sex with her for years and they knew it. Like Mary Kate and Ashley, like they knew, like, well, if they have sex with this man, even though they underage, he gonna make them into these megastar. And these parents was just outright looking the other way and acting like they wasn't seeing it. They still to this day is rumors that Britney's little sister baby is
that's his baby.
That's what people still be saying. That's how the whole show got canceled. And
I was about to say that's why there ain't no more Zoe 101. Yeah, that's his baby.
Because it just, bro, you don't remember, like it just randomly one day was like, oh, there ain't gonna be no more Zoe 101. Like it just popped up out of the blue. Like they was that for years.
That's Britney Spears' little sister, the girl who did
Zoe 101. That's her little
Jamie Lynn Spears, sir.
When you look at like even B2K and that,
I like that show too.
What's it?
I did too. It was one of my faves.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones they had going.
Talk about Raz B. You about to talk about Raz B.
Raz B. That man ain't crazy. They be trying to make this man out to just be like, they was doing stuff to him. I truly believe
he was doing something. And I remember he had the phone call with one of them that was like, bro, y'all need to tell the truth about what they was doing to us.
Like what's the
okay, him. I'm like, who y'all talking about? The one that was
from B2K.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
What's the dude?
Yeah, they them trying to make it seem like that nigga was bonkers.
And that's, come on, like y'all know y'all was doing something, touching this little, y'all had a bunch of little inappropriate stuff going on, but that's tied to this power, and it's like can't nobody touch them, and they feel like, but that also coming to the Black community because like these stars, bro, we put so much into them. No other race, I feel like, hold they celebrities at as high of a standard. I mean, like not standard, but as high of
a platform. And then if they don't meet up our standards, we knock them the fuck down for no reason at all.
In the first place, talk about too.
Coco, get out of there.
The reason we're like that is because we're viewed to be down here. So the Black people were able to own.
Oh, you made some money.
Yeah. So it'd be like it's more regular to have money in a white family than it is in the Black family. So then it'd be like, oh, you got the opportunity to go make millions. And we haven't had that opportunity for generations. So here, like, you got to go be everything for us now because you're good at one.
Yeah.
See, white people, they be like, oh, we got money. So even if you be a fucker, you know what I mean? Or what, we going to be okay.
Become a movie star and then become a voice for they people. Like, that's not what they do.
Because they got some longevity established. And then Black people, we just looking on the next lick. So if we got one nigga finna go to the league, just keep pushing him to the league. Nobody else got to do nothing but push him to the league. But it's like, there is a part of team success where we want to support him. But how do we keep him uplifted? We want to send him to the league and then do a bunch of other good shit around him. We're not going to do shit to drag him down once he get there. And so that's why I think that's why Black people is so quick to like, we put people all the way up here and they got to be everything so perfect because it's like, shit, you the one who made it out in a sense.
Like even like somebody like, let's say Meek one, me and Ron, like that's one of our favorite rappers. Meek is a 10th grade dropout. We can't be putting too much into everything Meek said. They be, oh my God, Meek said this for the Black. Meek don't speak for us. Meek is a rapper. I love his music, but that's as far as it go. I'm not looking for him for advice on nothing other than if I ever wanted to start a rap career. which I don't.
Okay.
So he ain't got nothing for me other than some music to listen to while I ride down the highway.
Same with Sean P. Diddy Combs. I cannot stand that man.
He's a genius in what he do in his lane as far as
Man.
music and the marketing and all that. It ain't too many better.
That's the same.
But as him as a man, I'm cool.
Same thing, bro. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather got on when Black Lives Matter stuff was real big. And we ain't even gonna get into how they just commercialize Black Lives Matter right now. But
yeah,
when that shit was real big a few years ago, Floyd was still fighting. He said, well, they don't treat me like that. I'm rich, pretty much. Like, and he's like,
same with Lil Wayne, same with Walker Clark.
Lil Wayne,
they all got that same fucked up ass mindset.
Lil Wayne say, well, shit. Lil Wayne been
where
rich.
they be saying something.
Lil Wayne been rich since he was 13, 14. Lil Wayne had a white officer save him when he shot himself. He attributes that success and that savior of his life to a white man. So he gonna talk a little different. But saying that to say, when Floyd Mayweather said this shit, I remember people was outraged. Let me tell you something. Floyd Mayweather throw a good left hook and does a nice shoulder roll. Hell of a boxer. Hell of a nigga in the boxing business. I didn't ask Floyd Mayweather shit about police brutality. I didn't.
It's some shit that, you know what, just don't speak on it.
I don't even want to know what he thinks. He wasn't the person I looked to figure out how he felt on police brutality. Because I figured he ain't got no experience in that arena. Now, if I want to box and I can get him on the phone, oh, best believe I'm going to pick his brain.
Right.
But outside of what you do, you don't have to speak for. I don't care about really a lot of your opinions, especially if you ain't showed to have like now if somebody get on there now just because you're a celebrity don't mean I can't respect what you got to say. If what you saying is you done research and what you actually sound like you know what you're talking about, and now I could hear it and take it and do what I want to do with it, but because I'm not just trying to diminish all like rappers, like if you're a rapper like you can't do nothing else, something like that. I ain't put that message out there.
This is not a shut up and dribble conversation.
No, this is not what I'm saying. I'm just you can't just hear just because you like a rapper music and think everything he say is golden. Now, if they didn't show you some like a history of being able to talk on topics and know what they're saying and give you research behind it, then cool. We can have that conversation. Somebody like a Common or somebody. But I'm not finna go listen to Young Boy because all my students love him and he the number one rapper right now for them, and he talking for the youth, or he the voice for the youth. That's not what we finna do.
I can't stand that.
Same thing, bro. You can't, even like a Common or somebody who's been proven to make better statements in the past. I can agree with somebody 10 times and disagree with them the 11th. I'm my own person.
Exactly.
You know? Or there's sometimes where like somebody might say some good shit and the first 3 minutes of their speech may be pure gold. And then I could be like, okay, 3.5 minutes, he said some shit that was false, then he got back on track. There's pieces I may agree with, but just because you've seen me agree with somebody in the past does not mean that now you see me say, Meek said some good shit this time. And they'd be like, oh, so you agree with everything Meek said. Hey,
it's not.
This time he said some good shit. I like this time.
I like this one.
But I'm my own person. If you want to ask me a question, you should probably ask me so I give you my opinion. Right. You may say some shit I agree with, but that don't mean that now we attach and just in it together forever. Everything you say, I got to latch on to. That's not that.
And we not even just talking about from the rappers. Even if you an educated person, you got 10 degrees, you still don't speak for me and the rest of my community. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you got behind you speaking for you. And you know what I'm saying? If more black people come on there and say, I agree with what this person said, X, Y, and Z, that's cool. But there's no one person that can speak for the whole black community. Not me, not none of us, I don't care if you just studied black culture for 80 years.
Man.
Not be the spoke. It's too many different black people doing too many different things for one person to have that type of power over our community. That's out for me.
Money don't make you real. Degrees don't make you the smartest person in the world. So just because somebody rich and or famous, that don't make them a spokesperson for black people. Just because somebody went and got 10 degrees and is a doctorate in this, that, and the third in Africana studies, that don't make them the spokesman for Black person. They can maybe make some good points, but like I ain't never met nobody that I agreed with wholeheartedly 100%. It just doesn't really, you feel me? So you know what I mean? And my family, we know a lot of educated dummies.
Yeah.
Been to college and to get out here and have all them degrees and then be in a real world situation and just be flat out stupid.
Dumb. They don't have common sense.
So it'd be like, just because you did one thing right, you might be hella good at school. And again, I may ask you like, how do I obtain a degree or how do I navigate, you know, those spaces? But that don't make you good at everything. That don't mean we gonna get in the kitchen. I'm gonna say, well, how do I make this meal? It don't mean you good at cooking.
And that's like when I used to be in college, like I went to a white school. I went to Sonoma, like Sonoma State. They was hella white up there. So it's like anytime I would open my mouth in any place, they would just make it as if I was talking for all Black people and this is what all Black people thinking. I'm like, listen, maybe if you would spend more time hanging out with different Black people, you would see that everybody don't think like me. I'm not trying to talk for this person. You might meet another Black person and they'd be give you a whole different vibe, a whole different opinion on everything we just talked about. Don't just say.
And the motherfuckers with money is the motherfuckers that really don't speak for the Black community. Them the ones that really they shouldn't be saying shit about what's going on right now. Because y'all don't even go back to see what's going on right now. So how do you know?
Exactly.
And it's some shit. Go ahead.
No, you good.
It's some shit realistically we're never gonna experience. Y'all, I'm a Black man in America. So it's certain shit that like about a woman who possesses a vagina is gonna go through or talk about that I don't know. So it's like, regardless of what I say, it ain't never gonna make no goddamn sense if I ain't never been through it and literally will never go through it. Like I will die never having a vagina. So if it comes like, if a conversation come up about something that they do with their vaginas, the only thing I can do is deflect to them and or say, this is what I've heard them say in the past. I'm not saying that that's right, wrong, whatever, but this is what I've heard in the past and speak to my experience. Right. But it's certain stuff, like once you get rich, like, bro, I promise you, bro, people like Blue Ivy and shit, there's certain shit that 20, 30 years from now, Blue Ivy is not gonna go through that we done been through. They not cutting, I done been in the house, our lights and water been cut off. Most likely, you can't say nothing for sure. Most likely, bro, Blue Ivy had never been in a position where her lights is cut off.
Right.
They rich as hell over there.
Man, lights probably stay on 25 rooms and shit.
Even if I go make millions tomorrow, like I said, I've been in those situations in the past. But she born rich. She probably ain't never gonna be in that situation. And if she is in that situation at 30, it's gonna throw her off way more than it would me at 30. Because me at 30, I'm gonna be like, shit, all right, I done this before. What do I know from 15, 16 years ago when I went through it?
Right.
Her at 30 is gonna be, oh my God, my life is over. The goddamn lights is off. What the fuck? I ain't never been through that, you know? So that rich shit, it puts you in a different mindset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could never speak for us because they not gonna ever go through nothing that we're going through out here.
It's just
they in a whole different world.
Being rich, like it's not accepted. It's just certain things. Like, and they say money can't buy happiness. Bet, but listen, it could for sure get on the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you ain't got, you might have problems in the world. Everybody got problems, but you ain't got no money problems. So that's at least a set of problems that you do not have to worry about. We got regular life problems. Plus, Black people be struggling like sometimes. So
we
like,
going through the shit you going through.
Problems, plus you got mental health issues. Plus you got this going on. That's a lot to deal with. At least that's one avenue, you know. the money is good over here. They all
Mhm.
worth billions of dollars together.
And it allows you room if you got other issues, mental health issues, different things like that. It allows you room to address some of those things because you're not beating your feet every day trying to make sure the goddamn rent get paid.
Right. And it's like
Right.
if for me to go to therapy as opposed to a Blue Ivy to go to therapy, they could literally Google who the best black therapists in the world and fly them in from wherever they at in the world
Right.
to the house. I can't even find a black man therapist nowhere in the Bay Area to even go to therapy to even have these conversations. I can't look up, oh, he in Alaska? Okay, let me fly him in. I can't do no shit like that.
They could fly him in, if he is in Alaska, they could fly him in every week to get her a session in person every week.
Right.
Sometimes they might be somewhere else. They could fly her there and they can do it consistently,
Right.
no problem.
Once or twice a week, she could go to wherever in the world she needs to go to on their private jet. They said Beyonce brought Jay-Z a private jet for his birthday. So they own their own private jet.
If that baby gets sick, they can fly her to whatever the best
doctors, nurses, everything.
Now, we would have to,
we know people that, you feel me?
Capitalism.
Hey.
So it's like, you know, but everybody do got life problems. But sometimes when your mama focus on, when she a single parent, she focus on paying that rent, and you sad over here, you going through shit, and you got 3 other siblings, and it's all this going on. But literally, she make just enough money if she worked every hour in her week to cover her monthly expenses. She like probably ain't got time to pay attention to your parent-teacher conference and what you going on at school, because she have to do the necessities to survive. But that's what we want money for. So these necessities, like, right, me, if I can find a way to make money so that way I can make every appointment that my daughter ever has,
right,
and know that the bills is paid regardless, that's what I'm working towards. You know what I mean?
Elon Musk said the best thing about having his money is the freedom that come along with it. If he wake up tomorrow and they feel like he just want to spend the day hanging out with his kids, he can literally do that. He can literally not go to work, and he got 5 assistants that can take care of everything going on, and he the second richest man in the world.
Yeah.
If he wanted to never go back to doing work at all, he could do that. He worth almost $100 billion.
He could
want to go and be with his kids every day. If he wanted to go to school with them and sit in their class and just learn what they learned just because he bored, he could do that.
Yeah. He could flirt with work. He could be like, shit, I feel like working 2 hours today. Oh, I want to close my computer and go get ice cream with my child. He can do it. And it's like, that's a luxury of having money. That's what I want it for. But shit, even when you look at Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter crash, if you look at why he started taking helicopters, it was because he was missing too much time with his kids. He literally said living in LA or living in, I think he was living in Calabasas or something. And he had said, like, he started taking helicopters because from practice, shoot around to practice to game nights, he would spend too much time in traffic to make it to his daughter's recitals, games, different things like that, right? Or like 3-4 hours in traffic when it's a 20-minute helicopter ride. I'm gonna just take the helicopter. He had been taking a helicopter for like 8 or 9 years before he died in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
Longer than that, because he literally went and bought a helicopter with a pilot to not sit in traffic.
Rich as fuck.
Like, even
I would like to be a part of it.
Like, like a few weeks ago, I couldn't get off work in time to go get my hair cut. So I couldn't go to my normal barber. So I had to go. I was all like trying to call all around, trying to fit. They said them rich people don't have them. I was stressed out all day trying to figure out. I'm like, shower on Sunday. I ain't got no haircut. JC has a barber that no matter if he call him 24 hours a day, he on call. No matter what you doing, it could be 3 a.m. Hey, look, bro, I need a haircut. I got the car waiting outside for you to the private jet. I'm in Iraq. Get on the plane and meet me over here. Like, it's no problem. them little even stress. I was calling around. I'm like, bro, who you get your hair cut by? Where can I go? Like, I'm like, I can't go to the baby shower nappy. Like, that was this is even smaller thing.
Kinky.
Yeah, like just for no reason. Like, we finna be taking pictures, people coming to see us. Like, I got to go get this done. Now I had to go to another brother who ended up, that's a whole different story, but it's just little, that's just like, you feel me? It's just more that go into it. But we got them as regular people problem that they would never have to think about.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about stuff like that. Like you
And we
said,
gotta start telling them people how to use their money. I can't stand the people that say the celebrities need to get their money to follow these foundations and stuff. They don't have to do shit. They don't have to do a motherfucking thing because they worked for that. I ain't gonna lie, you worked for it. You did your shit. Some of y'all really did your shit to get to where you at. I don't know. Get out people's pockets. You feel me? Like, if he don't want to donate, he don't got to donate. I don't donate. And I be having money in my pockets and I still don't do it all the time. So, like, how am I gonna tell this person to do it and I don't?
right.
I thought it was stupid as hell that Offset bought his 3-year-old a Rolex. But,
Oh yeah, see, that's dumb too. See, some
But
people,
hey,
some
but
people
hey.
shouldn't have money.
but hey,
Some people shouldn't have money.
I said I thought it was stupid.
A Rolex?
But that
They
ain't
can't
none of
even
my
tell the
business.
time.
First of all, the baby girl was looking at the goddamn thing like, wasn't even exciting to her.
Right.
You know what the
But she
fuck.
don't even know what it is. She
But
can't
guess
read
what?
it.
I'm not rich. I can't. Even if I was, I probably wouldn't have did that. Not even probably, I wouldn't have. But I mean,
I swear, these motherfuckers just make. I feel like I would just be so responsible with my millions and trillions and billions. Because these motherfuckers be bullshitting.
Yeah, a Rolex for the 3-year-old. I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. And I don't even have a kid.
Come on, blood. You know the video on Twitter, Instagram. You better go look at it. He took hella long opening that box.
I ain't surprised.
She didn't jump, didn't
Baby.
smile or nothing. Mom, can we go buy some dresses?
Man, can I please go see fucking Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
But see, then we placing all that shit on our babies that they don't care about. You broke as hell.
That too.
You got your baby in Burberry and Gucci and broke as hell. But now when they 16, 17, this shit expensive, you want to know why they got them in the streets trying to get some fast money because they trying to live up to this lifestyle that you
set for them.
You done made important to them for no reason. You ain't even got the means to do it. But when she was a simple little girl that wasn't worried about Gucci, that's when you wanted to buy it. Now she worried about it and she about to start scamming or whatever and can't see why. But
you got an OnlyFans on that little butt.
You playing that role in her life or his life or whatever, right? You playing that role in their life right now to make them a certain way and make them care about the shit that you care about. But 10, 15 years down the line, you're going to hate that they care about that same shit, that they trying to impress the next Instagram. But 10, 15 years ago, you was trying to impress Instagram. So let's not forget who we was when we was doing
holding each other accountable. You can't be mad at them when all they baby pictures is them in the designer and they want to still wear the designer. That was on you.
You did this. This is your fault.
You know, we got to take some of that. And I think that's going to lead into one of our next topics is I've been burning to say this shit. So I'm just waiting on you to introduce.
What you got to say.
We could jump into it there. So the topic is Black business. I'm sure that's what you get.
I got some shit for this one. I wanted to be a guest on this episode because I'm waiting so long for our second season to drop. Mm-hmm. And I have so much shit to say about this. But the main thing that I have to lead with here is that y'all don't understand. It seems like people don't understand Black business. I got to say this about Black business. On who the person is providing the service and the person receiving the service, it's accountabilities on both ends. Now, as a consumer, I'll say this. If I deal with a Black business and say they make a mistake as a consumer, I can't be so quick to cancel them because they made a mistake. Because if I go to Ruth Chris and they burn my chicken, but I done had 10 good experiences with their chicken, now I have a bad experience the 11th time, I'm going to go back again. And I'm going to tell them, bro, y'all burnt my shit last time. Please don't do that again. I'm looking forward to my stuffed chicken. Mm-hmm. That's because Ruth Chris got a name. So like the baby shop, you know, I had one of the caterers, right? She supposed to make the pasta with no shrimp. She put shrimp in it. That X me out because I don't eat shrimp. But my guests really like the shrimp. Would I order from her again? Probably. You know what I mean? I know you made a mistake. I ain't gonna cancel you because you didn't do things to my liking, even though I did ask, right? But
Mm-hmm.
as the service provider now, you got to be willing to say, oh, I fucked up.
Mhm.
This is what I'm gonna offer to make it right. Like I got to be willing to give you this second chance. You got to be willing to do something to make it right.
In the middle, yeah.
Right? The
Mm-hmm.
decorator, my cousin, you feel me, the mother of my child, they said it was supposed to be more of this, more of that, more of this. She said, okay, y'all don't like it, y'all don't, you feel me? I'm willing to offer y'all this part of a refund. So it's like now, if I know that there's a system in place to rectify if something go wrong, I'm more willing to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
These hairstylists, if you 15 minutes late, it's $30 extra. If you 30 minutes late,
Right.
cancel your appointment, cancel.
Bruh,
Okay.
But then
So,
I ain't been to a hairstylist in like 2 years, bro. I don't even fool with them, bro. I
so
will put my hair in a bun. I don't
the
fool with them.
crazy thing is this though. Okay, if I'm 30 minutes late, you cancel my appointment. So if you 30 minutes late, do I get $50 off?
No, you
If
not.
I've been sitting in your shop for
yeah.
30 minutes, 45 minutes, right? It's part of your policy. If I don't start your hair within 30 minutes of coming into the shop, I'll offer you a rescheduled date or give you a $50 discount. But if
Mm-mm, honey.
That'd be, they'd think you was crazy.
but if you can't do that, then don't ask me to be understanding about my shit. You still want to tip and you still want to see, but then too, as long as y'all consume with these motherfuckers and don't hold them accountable and make them put these policies in place and they
Mm-hmm.
keep making bread off you and we can't agree that we got to hold them to a standard as consumers, you know, it's a such
Even
thing.
as friends.
It's
It
a
be
such
motherfuckers
thing.
that be letting their friends slide just because they their friends. I'm gonna need y'all to check y'all friends about their businesses.
It's a such
Because I
thing
love when
as
my friends check me
consumer
about
rights.
mine.
Y'all don't even know, like, it's a such thing as consumer rights. It's a certain way of doing things. Like actual established
Mm-hmm.
that got actual paperwork with the government, the Better Business Bureau and whatnot. There's ways to hold businesses who are established as actual entities accountable because you're not supposed to be able to just do stuff like that with people. But from you deal with people from their living rooms and from the kitchens in their own homes and just let them do whatever to you. So if 90% of y'all let them do whatever to you, it's not gonna matter when I try to speak up for everybody. Cause then they gonna say, oh fuck it, he just won't be a customer.
Right.
It ain't stopping their money. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like y'all got to hold motherfuckers accountable to how they treat you when you're doing business. If I do good business as a businessman or as a consumer, I want it on both ends the same way. As a real estate agent, nigga, if I fuck up on your transaction, I'm gonna give you a certain percent back. Even if everything go right in your transaction. You just made me 15,000. Shit, I might buy you a refrigerator. She's like, you know what I mean? I know you're moving into a new house. A lot of agents will do that. That's customary. But you have to understand what undercutting the market is. If a lot of agents is charging 6%, and I'm down here saying, well, shit, I do it for pennies on the dollar. Okay. Now you get what you pay for because you don't want to pay this person what they asking for, but it's about how you treat people too. When you do business, you see gaps in what people aren't doing in the business, and that's what you try to address. But that's where y'all go wrong. You want your consumers to be understanding that the stylist is human or the artist is human, is that. But your consumer is human too.
Mhm.
They're not just a number on the paper in the next appointment. They just as human as you are. You got a kid that you dropped off at school before you came to do hair. I got a kid I dropped off at school before I came to get my hair done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Y'all can't let these people just do anything to you. That's the thing. That's your problem now. Y'all let people do anything to you. Then somebody with some standards about themselves come in and want to say something about how they being treated. And motherfuckers be so thrown off like, oh my God, nobody ever asked me for a refund for starting their hair an hour late. Well, bitch, I don't know how they feel about their hair and their time, but I have a life too.
Close the door.
If you had an appointment that was for 2 hours and you plan to be in your next head in 2 hours, I plan to be somewhere in 2.5 hours. I got that next thing to do too. Got a life too.
Man.
I had to get that out, bro. That shit was burning inside of me bad.
And
bad.
Tyler, I 100% agree with you on like when you selling the product, you got to be willing to have some return policy or something that go on. And then as a consumer, we also got to know, like, obviously their return policy can't be the same as an established business that got 100 franchises that have been around 100 years. So you can't expect that level. Like we was talking about Rome the other day, like a Nordstrom. You know what Nordstrom, you could take something back from 6 years ago. If it got their little Nordstrom sticker, they good. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it look like. It could be broke.
Man, they gonna take it.
Yeah, but you can't expect T that's got a small business that you got a candle and then you done burnt the candle all the way down to the bottom, and now you come back and tell her, oh, I don't like the candle no more, and you got this much left, and think she's supposed to just give you a full refund. That's not. It don't work like that. My sister got a business. She's a small business that just getting started. You can't be expecting the exact same thing you might get from a roof Chris on a return level because she's not that big yet. You got to be able to like you said, like if you burn the candle or something, if something go wrong or if it's mispackaged, then okay, you could come back and maybe talk about some type of policy. But don't just think you could come and do what you would do at Nordstrom's here with my small business, because that ain't where I'm at yet. So it's all about the give and take of it.
Like, yeah, I must say, I feel you wrong. I be trying to make sure I be good on my little policies. If a candle do get messed up during shipping, I will send out another one for the free, I do be trying to be accommodating as a business owner. What I can say from being a business owner that I have learned about consumers, y'all motherfuckers do not read posts. It's been times I made a post and I had the price of my candle in the post, and somebody has DM'd me that post and asked me how much is a candle. Did you not read the post at all? It be certain shit like that. Like I seen a thing on Twitter where everybody was trying to call the hairstylist rude or whatever because she was telling the girl to like read what's in her fucking highlights, or like read the post that she had just posted because you're asking me questions that's in the post. That's annoying, you guys. It really is. Like, and I don't understand how long you want. Damn, like. Jesus Christ, I ain't about to lie. It go both ways. Like I be understanding both now that I'm a business owner too, because it do be certain times. And can y'all introduce yourself when y'all want to buy a candle? Can you say hi? How was my day? How I'm doing? Like motherfuckers just slide up in my shit. I need a candle. Okay, damn. Hi. Who is you? Damn.
I did that to her, but I know her. I can do that.
I would say, yeah, it be random ass people that be like, hey, I need a candle. Okay, nigga, I need money. Like, oh damn, hi. Like, Jesus Christ, y'all need to stop being so rude on accident.
But as business owners, what we need to do, because we all got our own business and our own aspirations in some form or fashion, or even stuff that we working on that probably a drop later on. Like in a year or two, I got a whole plan for the next couple of years of my life. So it's gonna be shit that
as you should.
It's gonna be shit dropping going forward. But I have to behave right now like I care about that shit coming in the future. Like when we talk about the baby, when you're an artist who work for yourself, every interaction you have is now part of your brand and your business. So you have to behave. You got to do as much as you can to mirror the successes of the Nordstroms and the this and that. Like, to even get to a point where you can build up to that. You got to treat people right. And you got to think about that. Think about yourself as a brand and a business. Like, I'm going to come and give 110%, no matter if I got 5 customers in the room or 500, because I don't know who I'm dealing with or where my next business might come from. I'm not going to say, oh, They're buying a house that's worth 800,000. I'm gonna give him more energy than the client, than T that's buying a house worth 600,000.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to treat y'all with the same professionalism. Because Dev could only buy one house and never fuck with me again. T could refer 4 of her friends.
Right.
Or buy a house,
Right.
and then what?
Exactly. And part of two is just like knowing, like once you start a brand, like once you start, like that's you everywhere. You like that's you. Like people be looking. Like I be telling my sister, Cooking with Classy, go follow her Instagram page. Like now the people that follow you for Cooking with Classy, now no matter what you doing, like, oh, that's Cooking with Classy. You could be over here doing a whole nother thing. Like she worked for the news. If they see you on the news, it's like, oh, that's Cooking with Classy. She be on Instagram with the food. She doing her shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you're doing something negative, it's like, oh, you see him Cooking with Classy was doing. Now it's like you got it. Everything you do now is tied into your brand. So it's like you said, like you got to be on your shit at all times now when you get into that level of having that. And it's
Especially on social media, child. I'll be having to tell myself stop arguing, especially on Twitter. That's why I be trying so hard not to get into no arguments or no shit on Twitter. I be having to remind myself, like, girl, you was a brand, you a name now. You can't be out here just cussing motherfuckers out all the time and like, oh my God, it's crazy. No, that's crazy.
they use
I gotta
it
get used to that
brand.
still.
It's like it shouldn't be that way, but that's just the real world we live in. Like that's who you are now. You got your candles, you doing your shit. So it's like now they're gonna be, and as a Black woman, let's just talk about it. They're gonna be looking for reasons to say why you shouldn't get as big as you gonna do and how good you gonna be.
Because she do this outside of the candles.
Right.
I already had one little spam, some page on Twitter gonna tag the little ambassador people that I'm working with right now under an old ass tweet where I said abolish white people and shit. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like that's the type of shit. Like that's some hater ass shit. Like why are you going to tweet your tweets from March?
Like
they got Kevin Hart, the same thing. You becoming so big that you about to host the Oscars. Oh, but 7 years ago you said something about the LGBTQ community. There you go. No. So again, you got to behave like when he was starting in comedy, you got to behave like you might be the biggest comedian draw 7-10 years from now. It's like you are a brand. At the end of the day, that's how you have to look at it. That's just the world we live in.
I got a friend, he said if he ever boom, he like, man, I'm deleting all my social medias. I'm not finna get him no reason to go back. We've been on Twitter since, we look back, me and him been on Twitter since 2011. I can't tell you what I done said in the last decade about white folks or these people. I know I can't go back to 2012 or 2013 and look at them tweets.
Yeah.
I would get in trouble. So it's like, you got to just delete all of that, bro, because they coming, they looking. And now on Twitter, you can literally type in somebody's name and a keyword and find a tweet from 2013 or 20, whenever year they tweeted it. If it's with their name, it's going to pop up. So it's too
exposed.
It's risky.
And I feel like certain shit, sometimes I feel like motherfuckers be fucking up because they go and apologize. Some shit you got to stand on. Like a perfect example is Nick Cannon. That nigga went back and apologized to all them white people for what? For what, bro? For what?
Wrong. He did not say nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Some shit you got to stand on.
We not united enough to where we came to his defense. And it was like, we wasn't really there for him in certain way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but
he
power
thought.
of the consumer too, though, bro. Like when Dave Chappelle told us, don't watch the Chappelle show till they pay me.
And I really didn't watch the Chappelle show.
And they actually paid him, though. Like his consumers were so committed to what he asked of them.
It worked.
They had to bread him out. But the power of the consumer, y'all have power as a consumer. That's the point I'm making. So we got to make people treat us right and treat our service providers right. But on the same end, service providers, you have to turn around and do the same thing. When we was in school, bro, if I got on my Lincoln sweater and we in school, right? And then we go out, school is over, we at the KFC, I get into a fight. People do association. They're looking at the sweater. They're like, he has to go to Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
The Lincoln kids always come down to the KFC. And now he's in a fight 30 minutes after kids get out of school. He got to be associated with Lincoln. So Lincoln now is going to get involved because they're like, you're associated with us and the brand of what it looks like to be this particular school.
Mm-hmm.
If you at work, you got your work clothes on, then you can go do some stupid shit in your work clothes. They're going to come back to your job.
Job, right.
Somebody, but and your job's gonna be pissed because one, you know, you're doing stupid shit, you're an employee of ours. But not only were you doing stupid shit, you're an employee of ours, you literally told them you were an employee of ours by wearing your work clothes when you went to do the stupid shit. Now they're mad. They have no choice but to fire you. Like, you can't work for a community organization, get into a fight on camera in the same community with your work clothes on, and then think you finna go to work again on Monday. No, right. They gonna get rid of you too. They have to save face in the community.
They gonna get rid of you too.
That they provide services for. That just makes sense. That's just good business. It just makes sense. Don't be stupid. It's some shit that should be a way in this world and it ain't there yet. And it's other shit that is the way of the world that just live by it and don't be stupid all the goddamn time. You can't shoot people in your work clothes and think the homicide detective ain't gonna come ask Target why the fuck you got on the red polo.
That red ass Target shirt shooting motherfuckers after dark.
Hello? 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 If you were a murder detective watching the goddamn tape, you said, well, this nigga has to work at Target. Why? His shirt said, Johnny from Target. It got to be him. It's a Target 2 miles away. We should probably go ask if he works at that one. And then one, you're caught now, stupid. That was dumb.
And don't be the Monique when motherfuckers do have your back, end up switching it on us a few years later and shit. Don't be Monique. Because I had her back with the Netflix shit. Hey, my sis. Then here she come with the bonnets. I was going to wear my bonnet on here just to say fuck her when we first started, but I ain't want to do all that.
Because, man, like Monique, why, dude? Like,
just be quiet.
I was rocking with you. I was all on board. She had hella good points. She was on there and they was acting like she was tripping. She was not tripping at nothing she was saying.
Bruh, she wasn't tripping at all.
And then you come back and just shit on your black sister. It's like, damn. Like,
I can't rock with you no more.
We got, yeah.
I can't rock with her. Please don't be the Monique.
Monique had something to say about y'all know I was off social media for like a month and a half.
Oh, nah, she was talking about we shouldn't wear our bonnets outside and it's unprofessional and we look ratchet and all this, that, and the third. Huh?
Yeah, she was talking about the woman at the airport, talking about she
hella wrong for that too. I was talking about this on one of my episodes. If she wants to be this person that's quote unquote helping the black community and want to help us all look better and the fuck the bullshit that she be trying to preach, instead of taking a picture of that woman that obviously look like that she going through a struggle and obviously she don't look like everybody else in this airport. You feel me? Like she looks like I ain't gonna say she's homeless, but she definitely looked like some sort of poverty. She like, instead of you taking a picture of her as a celebrity and as a quote unquote black woman trying to help us, you should have pulled that sister to the side and asked her if she needed something. Like on some real shit. Like, do you need something? You need some money? Not even on some charity work shit. Do you need something? I got you. Like, you up in here looking kind of, whoop, I got the extra. I got the, I'm Monique. Like, let me help you. Like, she would have routed the whole wrong way and talking about this awareness, girl. You embarrassing us more than what you say. We embarrassing ourselves. Like, what the fuck?
Made it worse.
Made it 10 times worse. And she worried about what other races is thinking. We black as fuck. I know what the fuck a bonnet is. When I see you in the store with a bonnet, I'm just like, well, that's a cute bonnet. If it's a cute bonnet, I'm not thinking that deep into it, girl. I know what it is. Yeah. It's other races that's looking at us crazy, trying to figure out what's on our head. Girl, I know what the fuck on your head. And ain't nobody worried about what's on your head.
Reason to come and talk about it, because now a white woman can say, oh, shit, Monique said it's ghetto, so I could now, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
I agree. Yeah, she gonna raise her hand.
Yeah, I think so too. And what's crazy is white people be thinking that should be head wraps. They be, when I be walking around with my headscarf on, they be like, oh, it's so cute. Where'd you get it? They don't even be knowing what the fuck be on my head.
They're gonna be like, I didn't want to say it first, but since you said it,
going to get
since you said it, I'm just gonna add on to my little.
I got to tell y'all, I look a mess when I'm in the airport, so I ain't worried about nothing nobody got going on.
Yeah,
I put my AirPods in.
I'm not getting dressed up there.
But yeah, I'm in there in my bonnet.
Yeah.
Looking berserk. I might take a nap on this plane. That's why I got my bonnet on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for real.
But if y'all catch me stepping out, I do know how to dress. I ain't
And
know.
that's the thing.
I
She
ain't
made it
no
seem like
slut.
people was going
I
out to
clean
dinner
up.
with bonnets on. Ain't
That's-
nobody going out to dinner with no bonnet on, girl. We not.
I can clean
Now you
up.
made it seem like we just these motherfuckers that's just uncivilized as fuck. Like we would actually go to dinner
Right
in
now,
a bonnet on.
if she was at a fancy steakhouse or something and seeing somebody in there with their bonnet on, then okay.
Okay, then maybe you could try to take a picture and do some type of shit.
But the
Girl,
airport, come on now. That's
Yeah,
not.
the airport.
definitely no goddamn
I
flag.
don't know what you could take my last 10 airport photos. I ain't no telling what I look like in there.
I don't even want to know what I look like in them.
Yeah, I be
I
trying to
look
do the move.
confused and hell of shit. I might have on boots and shorts. I don't
Man,
know.
I'm about to say,
Y'all
I
don't
don't know.
picture
nigga,
of me
man, I'm
coming
not
back
matching.
home.
Oh well.
The coming back home photo, if I'd have been turned up all weekend or wherever I've been at, you really don't want to know what Monday morning at 8 a.m. for this flight finna be.
Oh my god, you
Lucky
better help
I
out
made
with
the
a bra
flight.
and some
Had
whole
to
shit.
drag myself in.
As long as I make the flight, you don't know what it might be going on. No. So
I had to drag myself here.
I barely made it. You talking about what I look
Man,
like. Man,
I put whatever the shit was that was out the suitcase on and went to the air.
whatever I left out from the night before, I just threw that shit right back on. I don't know.
Get here. Yeah.
Man, she was tripping.
Come on. Don't be fucking with nobody in their bonnet. Don't do that.
And then it was
Man,
on
don't do that.
camera and you in your pajamas or something, you not even looking presentable.
Yo, damn
You
self.
trying to bash people. You won't hear why you didn't get dressed for you hopped on here talking about you presenting. You got more people watching you than I got watching me at the airport.
With my
You look
bonnet.
pretty comfortable while you criticize.
Right?
Right, you criticizing. You looking like me, auntie.
More people that seen you than they seen me. Like, I don't know. Monica tripped for that one.
Yeah, she was tripping. I'm surprised you didn't see that wrong. Yeah, it was a big old little
While
thing
I was
about
gone,
that.
I was off social media for like 2
Oh yeah, that was a hot topic.
That
was
was a hot topic. I was on it like, hold on, because I love me about it.
I don't be
We
watching.
ain't doing that.
I don't be watching for all the stupid shit people do. I like the funny stupid shit people do. Then when they start doing stupid shit I get upset about, I get off. Y'all be the made me mad over here. I can't.
Y'all done made me mad. Oh wait, I'll be on there for the stupid shit.
Nah, me too. I ain't gonna lie. I be y'all know I go on Twitter for a good laugh.
I'm on there for the stupid shit.
I need to see. Yeah.
I got to tell y'all the truth, man. I get on social media to see some good looking women and the funny shit.
Man, I'm there for the funny shit.
I like to see people be fly and do funny shit. And sometimes it'd be a sprinkle of some good looking women that I like to take a look at. When Twitter does the thread, then they be like, oh,
just a little booty.
When Twitter be like, and all the beautiful black sisters post a picture with you with a smile. I goes and looks. Oh shit.
I goes and looks. Okay, Mr. Brown.
No, I'm saying I've been to dentists, had braces, all that different shit. So like, I like to look at motherfuckers like, oh, they got good teeth. I like that. This is good lighting on this picture. Her hair looks nice, whatever the case. So I go look at all that. I'm a detailed person. I like that. You took a good picture at a good angle with your eyebrows, your hair, and your
with
teeth.
Your eyebrows.
Sometimes they got them goddamn curvy bodies. Woo!
With them eyebrows, child.
I don't know. I don't understand why, man. But I don't get on there for that trouble. Sometimes y'all getting all that political shit on the Twitter, and I'm out.
And I had to stop arguing with people politically on Twitter. I got over it because I really figured out that they don't, like, niggas don't read or something. Like, I don't know. Like, some of the stuff that I be reading on Twitter sometimes, I'm like, how did you even come to that conclusion for real? Like, seriously. Like, what made you come to that?
And I ain't gonna lie, I be going back and forth with people, but a lot of people I go back and forth with people that I know, like, in real life. So it's like, I be really disappointed that you just said this, or like,
man, like, I am sad.
Yeah, like, bro, I want to help you when you wrong. Like, no, brother, like, I got love for you in real life. I can't just let you just be out here just saying whatever. Like, I don't know. It'd be killing me not to. Like, and people be in my DMs like, oh, bro, you really think I was wrong? Yes, bro, you was wrong. Like, I ain't just trying to but it'd be hard when it's people that I know. It'd be like, bro, you know you don't. Do you really think like that, bro? We got to talk about this. Like, so that's
Nah,
what,
for real. Sometimes it really be like that. Like, hold on, bro. Ain't no way.
like we didn't had deeper conversations before, and you just say how you was talking. Like, is this just TL shit? Like, or is this really? Where did the thought process change? I be really asking questions to really figure out what's going on. Like, where your mind at? Like, so it'd be tough. But you right. I be getting in the mix. I be trying to see people talking about on Twitter.
Yeah,
All the time.
You know, I get too passionate when I get to arguing about something, and then it made me mad, and then I start thinking like maybe I don't like you as a person because we argue about a topic. So I mean,
hey, I be avoiding some arguments too. Sometimes, like, let me not even say nothing to them because I feel like it's gonna make me hate them as an individual.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go.
Sometimes people get on there saying real stupid shit, bro.
Yeah, it's like I'm about to call you stupid, and I don't think you about to like me no more. So I'm just gonna leave you alone, and I'm just gonna keep scrolling.
Last thing I say, and I can be done. Not only do motherfuckers get on there saying real stupid shit, but it's like you cannot post your whole life on social media, then expect people to not develop opinions on your life.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. People be like, oh, don't say shit about how I raised my son. But it'd be like, well, motherfucker, you put it all on Instagram. We all
Man, you done already told us that you barely keeping up with shit with little man, bitch. Damn, you done already told us a week ago. How you gonna be mad at me?
You'd be like, why do everybody got something to say about how I deal with my baby daddy and this and that and then
because bitch, you be talking about him every day.
You told us.
I know this.
Seen the shit. Bro. So then it'd be like
my baby daddy too.
You have to expect
talking about him so much.
Shit, like that's what I'm saying. But you do develop attachment to certain shit. If I watch you from day one of your pregnancy to having your kid to now, we've been on Twitter. Like you said, you've been on Twitter since 2011. So if somebody started that shit in 2012, they started their journey from pregnancy to now their kid will be 9, 10 years old. Like shit.
I be seeing people, kids that I've seen on social media, and I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like, as if I know the baby just because I've seen them so much. And they be looking at me like, who is you? I'm my fault. I know you.
Your mama put your whole life on Twitter. My bad.
So now
man, my bad. I know you for real.
I know you, though. Like,
it wasn't, you know what I mean? I see some of them YouTubers and shit do that. You blog your life and then be like, why do people have comments on my life?
Right, because it's like it's certain things.
Put it
like,
on YouTube. I mean, shit.
It's certain things got to stay off of social media. Like I'm a person, I talk on social media. Like I put stuff out there. A lot of the stuff I be trying to like uplift people, but it's like certain things that go on in my life. It's not coming to social media. If me and my girl been together 9 years. If we get into an argument in our house, you ain't gonna never know about it. It could be like I will still talk about her in the highest regard. We could be at each other's neck right now and going at it, but that's not gonna be on social media. You're not finna see me, oh yeah, she did this, and that, and now we arguing back and forth on the timeline. That's not the kind of content I put.
Yeah, that's so ugly. I hate when people do that. Child. Like, if you don't even, that's why I don't even do nothing in that relationship shit. Y'all will never know what the hell I got going on. Y'all think I'm single, and that's how it's gonna stay.
If you do that, if you are one of those people who do that, then somebody have commentary on it. You can't be upset about them having commentary on it.
That too.
I was living with my girlfriend at my mama house when I found out she was cheap. So then I have to now put her out of my mama house. But like, I can't be mad at my mama for developing an opinion on it. And this shit is happening at her house.
Yeah.
That just come with it. It come with the fact, you know, why motherfucker in my business? Well, technically, I'm in your house. So I ain't got no business in your house that you can't at least say what you feel on it.
Or like even like I be posting my son, we be doing the swimming lessons. So I be posting, we be doing, I be in there with him doing this little thing. Somebody commented and said, you letting them go to swimming lessons and the pandemic is going on and woo woo woo. Now I was like, I responded like for the person, they gotta come in and show they negative test. Like I was gonna go with mind your business. I do what I want to with my kid, but I didn't put it out there. It's on social media. So now if you didn't had your little comment about this instructor, let me tell you why we didn't took these precautions to make sure this lady cool. I can't be mad at her for having an opinion on something that she's looking at. You watching it.
Right.
I put it out there. I could have just not recorded us doing the swim lesson and not she wouldn't have been able to say what she said.
I
But
was saying,
she made it
and so she
disrespectful.
shouldn't have said what she said anyway. Mind your business.
But it's also
mind your business. But all right, since you ain't minding your business,
Especially with people, kids, mind your business.
But it's also avenues you take. Like you could cut your story comments off. You could cut your comments off. But the platform is generally to gain reaction from people.
Mm-hmm.
So that mean they have to develop opinions. If you just posting a post and you don't care for the opinions, cut your shit off and monitor your usage and how you do it. But it's like, it's out there. People have opinions on shit that's out there. We just talked about Meg and the baby, but it's out there. We wouldn't have said shit about the baby if he didn't make the comment.
Right. He would have still had whoever was listening to him, but if he listened to him, whoever ain't. He wouldn't get canceled and Roddy Richard taking his spots everywhere, and now he finna be getting his bag that was supposed to be. And like I tell you, the baby one of the only artists that really had the little crossover potential. So now you done ruined a lot of that. But it's like that's what come with it. You in the public, you out here now. Things that I say on Twitter now, if I was to ever blow up and become a successful person doing something, I couldn't interact with people the same way I interact with them now. Now that I got this platform and there's a million people watching my account, it just would have to change a little bit. That's just what come with it. Well, all right, Charles. So look, this is a great discussion. You know what I'm saying? We had a collab episode. Dev Spot, we here. Come talk with T. Romans Dev Speak. We all here. Hopefully we can have more of these type of conversations over time. You know, I enjoy working with y'all today. I enjoy hearing your opinions. You know, I appreciate y'all. Hey, my listeners, subscribers, you know, Dead Spot Podcast. We on YouTube. Go check it out. Go subscribe, give it a like, a follow. Instagram, Dead Spot Podcast. Twitter, Dead Spot Podcast. Anything you heard here today, if you got your opinions or something, come talk to us on Twitter. We all on there. We all on the gram. Anything any of us said, we don't have no problem defending or coming on and talking deeper. You know, I don't have no problem. Hit my at and we'll do it.
I was about to say, hit me up.
Yeah, so everybody already dropped their information. Rome, drop your Twitter. I don't think you dropped your Twitter earlier.
Yeah, so my Twitter is just LMB RMJ. My Instagram is LMB period RMJ. So
there we go. If y'all ever want to come,
Roman Steph Speaks has his own Instagram and YouTube channel and everything as well.
All right, y'all. So if y'all ain't got no last words, I appreciate y'all for coming on. Yes, be here.
I appreciate being here, child.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
I'm honored like fuck.
Just thanks for having us at Dev Speaks. Dev Speaks. Thanks for having us at Dev Spot for me. And obviously, like, this is important that we continue to have more conversations like this. Right. And that hopefully we spark conversations in people around us to start talking about some of this shit so we can progress and do better.
We can't have talks about the Black community without Black women and Black men sitting there being able to listen to each other, being able to bounce ideas off each other. And even if one of us says something that the other one didn't agree with, you see, then nobody bash nobody. Everybody let them get their opinions off. And that's what it's about. That's how we grow as a community. That's how we get united. And that's why more of these conversations will be coming. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.